Previously, on the Hot Corner, we've discussed, for what seems to be the umpteenth time, just exactly how worthless Ryan Franklin is as a closer. The Cardinals brass listened, and now he's been banished to middle relief. More about that later. Second, did you see the post-game news conference after the first game of Wednesday's doubleheader? If not, check this out. Yep, that's Tony La Russa, sporting the Cardinal hat and the awesome shades. That look made famous by yours truly. Hey, I've done it long before he did. To see what other trends we can create in Cardinal Nation, I guess you'll have to watch the upcoming episode of the Hot Corner next. Cards take 2 out of 3 from the Washington Nationals. Tuesday night, game was rained out. The tornado sirens were going off. There were strong storms and hail. The game was made up as part of a day-night doubleheader on Wednesday. First game Wednesday, Cards lose 8-6, but this game wasn't as close as the score indicates. You had Jake Westbrook being Jake Westbrook, giving up 7 runs on 7 hits through 3 innings. But a big part of it was the defense. First inning, Danny Espinosa hits a grounder to Ryan Theriot, who bobbles it, and they've got the first batter on. 3 batters later, Adam LaRoche grounds into what would have been a double play. Theriot can't make the throw to first, scoring Espinosa, and we're down 1-0. The third would be downright brutal. Espinosa grounds out again to Theriot, and we see how little range he truly has. Next, former Cardinal pitcher turned outfielder Rick Ankiel walks. Jason Worth singles to left, scoring Espinosa, then goes to second on a bad throw by Holiday. 2-0 Nats. LaRoche walks to load the bases. Then, Ian Desmond doubles, scoring both Ankiel and Worth, and now we're down 4-0. Lance Nick singles to right, scoring LaRoche, 5-0. Then, Desmond steals home after Gerald Laird makes a huge mistake, trying to get Nix, who's stealing second base. The throw was way off, and Desmond gets in. Former Tulsa driller, and my girlfriend's all-time favorite player, Pudge Rodriguez, doubles in Nix, and now we're down 7-0. It wouldn't have been this bad if the outfielders would actually be more aggressive getting the ball back into the infield. I mean, seriously, who in the hell told them to just lob it in, bounce it on the outfield before getting it to the cutoff guy? It's gotta be somewhere between Memphis and the Cards. I went to a Springfield Cardinals AA game a couple of weeks ago when they played in Frisco, and not once did any of the Cardinal outfielders one-hop it off the outfield. Now, I'll admit, I never played much baseball as a kid, but I do recall, if you're in the outfield, you throw it at the infielder's chest, not off the ground to get it to him. Back to the Cards game. They do attempt to come back. Albert Pujols, still obviously distracted by the whole contract mess, hits a solo shot in the bottom of the third. Colby Rasmus follows suit with a solo shot of his own in the 5th. Laird hits a ground rule double in the 6th. Tyler Green gets on via a throwing error. Then Nick Punto walks. Follow that with back-to-back singles by Theriot and Rasmus, and all of a sudden, the Cardinals are only down 7-5. Which brings us to the top of the 7th inning. Ryan Franklin comes in to pitch after 3 solid innings by Fernando Salas. The fans, rightfully so, booed the hell out of him when he went out there. How does he respond? He actually gets a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th, only to follow that up with a home run to Nix in the 8th, making it 8-5. Shortly afterwards, you could hear him saying a 4-letter obscene word that we can't discuss here that begins with the letter F. Meanwhile, recent Cardinal call-up Mark Hamilton singles to get on in the bottom of the inning. Theriot also singles, only to get wiped out on a double play. Now, in case any of you were keeping score, the Cards grounded into 4 twin killings this afternoon. But Pujols singles in Hamilton, and that's as far as the Cardinals would come in this one. But the real fun happens after the game. Franklin, whining like a little bitch, calls the fans out for booing him, questioning the best fans in baseball claim. He even goes on saying that he was a good pitcher for the first 3 years he was in St. Louis, and only threw one pitch, and somehow, for some reason, everyone turns on him. He even goes on to talk about how he roots for the Oklahoma City Thunder, no matter how they play, win or lose. Wait a minute. Hasn't the Thunder been around for only 3 years? Of course, Chinzilla was forced to apologize on Thursday after those unflattering comments. Now, for my take and response to his comments. First, you're a drug cheat. Second, you never were that good to begin with. Adequate at best, but not good. Third, you're a drug cheat who got caught. Fourth, you know that small handful of fans that made it to the game on Wednesday afternoon? You know, the ones that were lucky enough to take off? They're the ones who spend their hard-earned money on tickets, food, beer, merchandise, parking, and everything else to pay your lofty salary. And that entitles them. In fact, it actually entitles all of us to boo you when you insist on throwing batting practice when the game is on the line. You worthless, steroid-abusing hack. In fact, there is a song that's perfect for you. I wish the Cardinals would play it the next time you go out there.
Hey, you're all washed up. Would you please shut up? Take a walk away.
Hey, you gotta love the urge. If you don't, then you're not a true St. Louisan. Moving along, in the nightcap, the Cards get the split, winning 5-3. Rasmus singles in Daniel Descalso to make it 1-0 Cardinals in the third. Washington ties it at 1 in the fourth as Ankiel scores on a groundout by Worth. Lance Berkman doubles in Holiday, and Puto singles him in to make it a 3-1 Cardinals lead, also in the fourth inning. Fifth inning, Nats tie it up again. This time, Espinosa singles in Jerry Hairston, who's driven in by Ankiel. Then the Cards go up for good in the bottom of the inning. Berkman drives in Pujols, and Yadier Molina drives in Holiday. Meanwhile, Jaime Garcia goes 5 innings for the win, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits, striking out 4. In addition, Eduardo Sanchez, he goes 2 solid innings, and he strikes out a pair. And Mitchell Boggs gets the opportunity to do what Ryan Franklin could not or would not do, get the save, and he does just that. Thursday, in the rubber game, the Cardinals come out on top 5-0. All the run support they needed came in the first inning when Matt Holliday hits a 2-run shot. The reason? Kyle Loesch. Can you believe this one? He goes the distance, getting a 2-hit shutout, striking out 6. And Pujols hits a 2-run shot in the 8th, while David Freese gets an RBI double in that same inning for good measure. The win brings the Cards to over 500, 10-9 on this young season. Even though it's April, and there's still a lot of baseball to be played, the Cardinals go into the holiday weekend tied with the Cincinnati Reds for first place. And that leads us to the much-awaited matchup between the Cardinals and Reds for National League Central supremacy. I'm sure you know about all the smack talk on both sides, mainly from Cincinnati's side. So let's just get to the point. Question of the day. Which Reds player do you despise the most? Let me know what you think. Submit your answers, comments, questions, responses, or anything else in the comment box below. Subscribe on YouTube and follow me on Twitter. It's going to be an intense series, no doubt. And since I won't see you till after the weekend, I want to wish you all who celebrate it a very safe and happy Easter. The rest of you, just enjoy the weekend. And to all of you out there, till next time, go Cards!